There you are. Welcome to the Zen Fits here in Blackstone, Virginia, the center of the world. But then you too are at the center of the world. Let's see if I can get there it is. Okay, the title of this talk is Tie a Naughty Knot. Tie a Naughty Knot. You see that up there is a skateboard. And it says, of course it's reversed because I'm on mirror here, but it says Naughty Knots. And back in 1969, after I had a humongous samadhi experience in 1968, our life was kind of ambivalent. I didn't know what was going to happen and where I was going to go. So we ended up in Miami, North Miami Beach, and we bought a houseboat. I'll show a picture of it on my talk, but it was a custom-made houseboat by this fella. He designed it and made it. It was a fiberglass hull and a cedar shingled boat, which is about the size of a trailer. So it was a floating trailer. It had two outboards on the back. This was a crazy time. So we bought the houseboat. It was at Coconut Grove. Oh, I fell in love with that houseboat. And this fella wanted to go to law school, so he was selling his houseboat. This was 1969. So we bought it. And we found out that the Coconut Grove Marina in downtown Miami, in Miami, didn't rent to the in other words, we had to move the boat. It rented the rent space. Didn't rent to the boat, it rented to the person. So when the person left, the boat had to leave. So here we are, I had a houseboat, no place to put it. What? And so anyway, so we looked on the map, we found a marina way up at North Miami Beach. We had to go up all the way to the inland waterway. I never boat, so we cranked up the engines, they worked, and I steered this boat up the inland waterway following a road map where it showed the line of the inland waterway. You got to Rama Marina. Rama Marina. And it was kind of like, it was old Florida. It was a mangrove. It was in a mangrove. It was a little marina in a mangrove forest. And mangrove trees grow in the water down there, and they were hurricane refuge because the hurricanes would blow over the top of the mangroves. So it was kind of like a hurricane refuge. But it was old Miami. It was like you rent the dock and fix it up yourself, an old boarded up wooden dock, and you put a hose on your boat and plugged into electricity like a trailer park, and it was $45 a month for the rent. And it was there was a boatyard there, and there were abandoned boats and tires and junk and everything, and there was dirt road and then full of dips, and all the boats parked there where usually people lived on their boats. It was kind of like a nomadic community, a trailer park with boats. Instead of an RV, it was on boats. So I pulled that houseboat in there. We never took it out again, and what are we going to name it? Well, we named it Naughty Knots. Naughty Knots. And here I am. Here I am, 2005, and I'm still having naughty knots. Naughty Knots. Had no idea when we had that name how many legs it would have. Naughty knots. Zen is a naughty knot. A naughty knot is an ironic knot. A knot, K, is also knot. K-N-O-T, N-O-T. Knot. Remember some time ago when this was the rage to say knot? In other words, you'd say, we're gonna have a great time today. Knot. That's a naughty knot. It's an ironic knot. And it was a lot of fun to do. Then it faded, of course. But then the Naughty Knot of Zen doesn't fade. It's always there. And Joshu's mu, that's where the naughty knot is a Zen cone. So I know I've told you this before. But the naughty knot of Joshu's naughty knot goes with a monk who had this burning, nagging question, this nagging pain and discontent. And he had this question, and he finally got an audience with the great Joshu, the enlightened master of his day. And he went to see Joshu with his question. And he says, "Honored sir, my mind has no rest. Does a dog have Buddha nature or not? Does a dog have a lowly, of course in Asia the dog is the lowliest animal. Does a lowly dog have Buddha nature? Tell me, sir, yes or no. Put my mind at rest." And Joshu said, "Mu," which means in Japanese, no. Now the irony of this is that if you're practicing Buddhism, you know that the axiom, that the foundational truth is that all beings have Buddha nature. All beings have Buddha nature. So obviously dogs have Buddha nature. So what's Joshu going to do? The monk wants to know, yes or no. His intellectual answer, yes or no. Give me a dissertation. And if Joshu says yes, well, he's not really answering the monk's burning question. The monk doesn't want information, otherwise he could Google it. Does a dog have Buddha nature on Google? No. But no, his question is not an intellectual question, not a question for information, but a burning hurt, a burning wound in his heart. He wanted that wound healed. And so if Joshu said yes, well then he would just be confirming, then he would be obeying the Buddhist law, all beings have Buddha nature, but he wouldn't answer the monks. And if he said no, well then he would be disobeying the doctrine of Buddhism. So Joshu was caught, you see, in a trap by the monk. It was kind of like gotcha. I don't know if the monk wanted to do that or not, but it was a gotcha question. No matter what Joshu said, yes or no, he'd be wrong. So what does Joshu say? Mu. Now this no that Joshu says is a naughty knot. A naughty no. It's naughty. Naughty is a funny word. We tell children who disobey, we say, "Oh, you're naughty," which means although you're disobeying, you're still good, you see. So it's ambiguous. It's a good no. A naughty no. Something is naughty, you see. It's good, though it's bad. It's ironic. So mu, in Joshu's mu, is ironic. Mu means no, but the Joshu's mu is not answering the monk. It's not yes or no. It's beyond yes or no. It's beyond good and bad. It's beyond good and evil. It's beyond the Garden of Eden. It's beyond eating the apple of good and evil. It's beyond the intellect. It's beyond wanting a yes and no answer. Mu. And mu means no. So Joshu's mu is very naughty, you see. Are you a houseboat or are you a boat? Mu. See, we lived on this houseboat. Never took it out. Afraid to take it out. In fact, I never even started the damn motors on the back, and when we sold it, they were locked up. Had to buy the guy a new outboard on the back before I could sell it. So, anyway, it wasn't funny then. But anyway, so are you a house? Are you a boat? Mu. Are you a house? Mu. What are you? You're a houseboat. So the houseboat, metaphorically speaking, was both a boat and a house. Not a boat, not a house, but a houseboat. You couldn't separate them. You can't separate the house from the boat. It was a house or it was a boat. Does a dog have Buddha nature or does it not have Buddha nature? Is it a house or is it a boat? A boat. Is it one or the other? Which is it? Is that a house or is that a boat? Tell me, which is it? Which is it? Moo. It's a naughty knot.